Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
Yeah, I'm in the studio on my own at the moment. There you go. Off mute. Okay. How was your weekend, people? Hope it was great. Hope everyone had a good one. Whether you got up to Vivid on the weekend or, the other night, there was a few people up there. Guys, if we're going to do it again, we'd like more people up there. But look, guys, let's start with a bit of reality, eh? And that is, how many of you people around, my age out there, and I don't know if you're capable of doing this or you're not, but, guys, our hospital system is just an absolute mess. All right, if you can, all right, try and look after your parents. All right, like I was saying to my mum the other day, she nurtured me, and Dad nurtured me when I was, couldn't defend myself, and I was weak and gullible when I was young. But when they get old, guys, they're the same way, and we just need to look after them. All right, because that system out there at this present time is absolutely shocking, guys. All right, it is shocking. Okay, as I said, we're going to get some stuff together and show you, but mate, please, if you can, use the alternative medicines and try and keep them out of that system, guys, because it is an absolute mess. All right, it is just a mess. And to say that, don't worry about how our hospitals are, but here we are. We got Ryan Park here. All right, good. Yeah, my old mate, Ryan. Yeah, he just won't come and talk to me, you know what I mean? And anyway, that's our New South Wales Health Minister, guys. Now, he's excited that New South Wales is delivering on our commitment of $60 million. Now, hear me out, $60 million over 4 years to continue the successful wellbeing and health inreach nurse coordinator program. Now, that 60 million, by the looks of how this letter's written, is about 100 wellbeing nurses in about 400 public schools for 60 million bucks over 4 years. Guys go all right, don't they? another one that needs looking into, guys. But yeah, Paul, so sorry to hear that, mate. Yeah, I might be in exactly the same predicament within a week, mate. It's sad. And my hands are tied, guys. Yeah, we spoke to the whole room today when we delivered them a coffee. Was it last night, Mel? About breaking them all out at midnight.
This morning.
This morning, was it? This morning I was talking to them. We took them a coffee up because we got, another 3 people in Dad's room. And, because it's a COVID ward now, these guys, seriously, man, they're not getting any hot water even to make a coffee. They just leave them. The nurses are too scared, the delivery people, to bring the food in. Dead set. We're buying coffees to take up into Dad's room of a morning. You know what I mean? And, the old people love it. You know what I mean? It's unreal. But I mean, they're just getting so mistreated. They're just pushing this narrative, this scare, fearmonger narrative that even the lady with the tea trolley comes down the end and just goes, oh, COVID water. And there's no milk for them, no hot water. No, it's just pathetic. It is bloody pathetic. And yeah, again, guys, you know what I mean? My dad's old and, when he goes to heaven, he goes to heaven and, I'll be sad and I'll miss him, but I'll be happy that he's in a better place than now. But yeah, this is again giving me a real eye-opener, guys. All right, because I don't really go into hospitals. If I go into hospitals and start kicking up and doing stuff, they'll arrest me, right? So, but here it's a different thing. And they didn't want me in there, and they still don't want me in there. The unit nurse managers and that aren't real good, and the doctors, they don't particularly like me, Mel. But the nursing staff, I must say, who are under the pump, absolutely under the pump. And there's been some really lovely ones in there, guys, really lovely girls. But they got 5 people to look after, dementia, all day, showers. They got to get one person on 5 dementia patients. You think about it. It's just incredible. These people need help with eating and everything. So Ryan Park, again, you're our health minister, buddy, right? And I'm calling you out for scamming $60 million, right? Diversity channel, that's where that's going to, Ryan, because these well-being nurses, I know what they're in to do. They're in there to help kids identify themselves, Ryan, and work out, oh gee, I'm not really what God made me. Maybe I need to do something different. Guys, this is just where we're up to, man. All right, it's been the biggest sorry to just ran on, but it's been the biggest eye-opener in my life, guys. Absolutely wrong. All right. And this government, this health system and everything else just needs to be held accountable. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, good things are the WEF has said there's no treaty at the moment. Now, we've seen that come out. It came out with Bribert. So, we think that's right. But they've just said all they're going to do is back off for a while. They're not going to, it's not, here it is. No deal. All right, they failed. But, they failed. Yeah, well, are they going to give up? No, they're not going to give up. These mugs are going to go down pretty soon, I think. I'm pretty sure of that, guys. All right. They're just floating around for the public eye at the moment. But, right, I've heard that tax I was talking about, your 4-wheel drives, I think it's $12,000 on the average 4-wheel drive, guys. $60,000 car, $70,000 ute, 4-wheel drive. Now it's going to cost you an extra 12 grand on top, plus a little bit more on other things, because once that base price goes up, then all the calculated prices on top of that actually go up with it, don't they? Because your illegal stamp duty and your illegal this and illegal that and your illegal loan or whatever you've done to, actually purchase this car and then give it back to the government by re-registering it. Guys, it is time, isn't it? Hey, we've learnt so much, haven't we? We really have. Well, it's time to activate what we've learnt. All right, we really got to get into it, guys. All right, a few things around the world. We got the French ambassador to Sri Lanka and the Maldives was found dead in Colombo, Paris. As I know it, he was in opposition to the WEF. 1.9 million bottles of water impacted by an FDA recall in Los Angeles. It doesn't surprise me at all. The tornado season, guys, over in America, HARP is going off its head at the moment. So this battle's on in all areas. All right, it is just full raging, guys. They are giving the Americans heaps, man. But they're tough over there, man. There's a few things here on the hurricanes. Apparently, we've had Fauci's advisor, Dr. David Morenz, arrested by JAG. Now, I can't vet that, guys. All right, that's just something that has come out, right? The JAG's arrested him. Putin heading around a few different places. He's now in Tashkent after he went to Belarus. So Putin's now arrives in Tashkent for a 2-day state visit. And that's about bilateral relations and regional issues. Well, I know the sort of talks that are going on there, guys. We're getting close to some really crazy time. All right, so people are doing the talk that needs to be done. Now Trump at the NASCAR thing, I just thought that was unreal. And then finally, guys, I think they're about to attack your dollar stores or your $2 stores, as we call them over here. All right, they are they are starting to take them down as well. So as we can see from that little roundup, everything is just up to shit. All right. And if we want to fix it, guess what? You're your own leader. All right. You need to get to our website. Once again, stoptherot.org. Right. Get to the did you know? Letterbox drop your street, your community, your suburb, whatever you can do, guys. All right. And get it going, right? Because people are waking up. All right. We've had incidents of this up the hospital with other people that are in visiting, Dad's little neighborhood in there in the room. Okay. And they understand, this is just all bullshit. But what do? They comply. They comply to the rules just because if they comply, it's, simple. And hopefully me and Mel are rubbing off on a few of them up there. The whole ward, actually, because we've been going in there now, how long, darling? Over a week.
Yeah, it's twice a day.
Twice a day over a week. All right. We've been walking in there straight into a COVID room, guys. Just, we don't care. All right. And there's always new people in there going, hey, you want to, no, decline your offer. Thank you. Just up with a zipper. In you go. You know what I mean? And I think we're making a difference to some people out there, guys. All right. So that's what you got to do. All right. You're going to talk the talk. You need to walk the walk. All right. And I'll tell you, has this caused problems with me and my family, guys? My word, it has. But guess what? I'm not going to bow a knee to the devil. I'm not going to wear a mask for any particular reason unless I'm out cutting concrete. You know what I mean? And then I need one on, stop the concrete dust. But I'm telling you, any of these antics to do with COVID, I will not comply. That's the bottom line. So we've all got to do the same, guys. That's just it. Once we start doing it and we don't comply with that other ripoff called TAX, it's voluntary and, illegal to start with, but then voluntary at the second guess. So, what are we all doing? It is time for us all to make a stand, guys. All right, Cazzo, come on, let's get ripping into some news. How are you?
Yeah, good. Well, it was us going to Canberra that not wearing masks, hugging each other and being healthy that kind of woke a lot of them up. That's what changed. That's what shifted it. Were they going to kick us all out of Woolworths when we were all like there was 20, 30, 40 of us in there at one time?
No, they weren't. But
yeah, but it's what showed the rest of the public that actually, hang on a minute, maybe this thing isn't as deadly. How come these people are hugging and kissing each other? Even the feds said that. Yeah, what's going on with these people? Why aren't they sick?
Yeah.
That's why they had to.
We were partying, guys, and thank you to everyone that was part of the party. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, thoroughly.
All right, let me get some house cleaning done with to start off with. Okay, so Chick Fenton has got a it's a freedom gathering, free camping, Saturday the 13th of July at 5 p.m. at the Edinburgh pub. Guys, it's really great facility. She's got Dusty Starr coming, Janet Edgar, Michael Jones and Michael Sims as guests and entertainment. So that will be absolutely awesome.
Cool. Get together.
The AV Weather is on tour and they're at the Mangapala Hall just outside of Wagga on Saturday the 1st of June at 2024. 2024 between 9:30 to 10. It's cost of $20 per person. So if you're interested, make sure that you can get along to that. And the Farmers Rally is in support of farmers, the Western Australia Farmers Convoy, Australia-wide. Farmers all over Australia are joining forces. The farming industry can't stay idle as Anthony Albanese, Murray Watt, and the federal government destroy our communities. So get along to those. All right, First things first. Thank you, Beck, for putting this together for us. This is from Vivid, Forest of the Fallen in Vivid.
Together we stand as one. We will not be broken. We'll overcome. This is our battle cry. You'll hear our drum. We will not be silent.
much for that, Beck.
That's
All right.
excellent, man. Well done, people. Well done. This is what we got to do. Get in the community. And I'm telling you, I've spoken to some people that were there, all right, and the reception they got, right, the cops looked after them. They walked them around. The cops were in conversation with them. There were people stopping them, wanting to talk to them. They were getting to talk about the digital ID as well. So just well done to that little group of people up there, 15 to 20 people, right, that went out and walked about, I think they said maybe 7 or 11 Ks, I think, all right? And they had people stopping them, right, to talk to them and ask them. So, yeah, excellent, guys. We got to do more of it. It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
All right, we've got Renegade Rosie. She was out at DY again this weekend.
Day here at DY today, and I've just met a lovely young man from Canberra who works in cardiology in a hospital in Canberra. He's a physiotherapist, and he's basically confirmed what I had thought, that all the cardiologists are singing from the same song sheet. They're too scared to say anything. They're all of a mindset that everything is fine with these vaccines. They don't want to hear any discussion, and they're all terrified of being hauled in front of the multiple boards promoting all these vaccinations. So that explains a lot as to why we have cardiologists who simply refuse to look at what's happened to so many of the people who we have here at Forest of the Fallen.
She also caught up with this lady, Sasha, and she tells her own story here.
I used to live at DY. I had the Pfizer COVID vaccine in 2021 at Sydney Olympic Park. I had an anaphylactic reaction about 7 minutes after having the vaccine. They couldn't stop the vaccine, they kept giving me EpiPens, and I ended up with the intensive care team coming to the park to take me to the hospital, where obviously my husband wasn't allowed to come with me. And yeah, that's
a
my
shocking story. And I believe that your mother-in-law also was very badly affected too.
Yeah, my mother-in-law had a stroke. My husband's mother had a stroke just after having the COVID vaccine.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Sasha. Well, you look marvellous now, so thank goodness you've made a good recovery and you've got a most divine baby boy who you now don't feel you have any wish to vaccinate. So
no.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So here we are at DY Beach with the usual group of people, and we're hearing many stories like that, but we're always very grateful to anyone who comes forward and speaks to us.
Oh, thank you, Renegade Rosie. You're awesome.
Brilliant.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't just that. Brisbane did a protest march on the weekend against digital ID and against the WHO. Go, you good.
Brisbane.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, now it's happening all over the place, but we've featured Japan and their protests and that sort of stuff. But this is actually happening in a lot of places that we're not hearing about, and this is Malaysia, and this is the vaccine injured people.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the PPIM today. PPIM is Persatuan Pengguna Islam Malaysia, yeah. Today is the AFI gathering of all the vaccine victims. These are the vaccine victims, the family. They are brave and also come out to report and also ask for compensation and as well as taking class action. And they wanted to understand that why the country makes such a mistake, and then the country is responsible for all this. And many of these patients already died. Actually, these are all the passed away patients as well. They are printed out, and then they have been complaining and also not willing to give up to fight for the country, and also ask for this explanation why is this this negligence and also this kecuaian, and why is this these are the victim in the Chinese, Malay, Indian, and also many big family, old, young and old, and these are all so many of these cases that is here, and a lot of condolences, okay, and a lot of takziah, okay, a lot of teacher, okay, a lot of nurses, frontliner as well, and a lot of these people That is a student, okay, and then these are the frontliner, policemen also, okay. These are all the
well done,
and then the
well done, Malaysia.
Yeah. So, you know, the whole world's
Excellent.
cookers now. The whole world's cookers, but anyway.
Yeah,
right.
everyone's a cooker. Yeah, everyone's got a frigging saucepan in their back pocket.
Except the cooker watchers, and they're just basically looking at the whole world going on and reporting on it.
Yeah.
Insane. Anyway.
It is, isn't it? Anyway, we can't help it. You know.
We've got something else coming up because there's the bird flu. Okay, so the bird flu.
1,000 chickens have been killed in Victoria to halt the spread of bird flu. But the deadly disease has now been detected at a second farm in the state's southwest. Madeline Sparks reports.
Well, this investigation is underway at a second poultry farm in Victoria. This one is in the state's west in a town called Terang. It is connected to another poultry farm where a bird flu outbreak was identified on Wednesday. That one is in Meredith, and that is where the H7N3 strain of bird flu was first located. We have been given a statement that says the two farms are...
Yeah, so just like that, we have this. So the HSS is to produce 4.8 million bird flu vaccines. There's 2 new human cases.
You're kidding me, are you? Lucky, how lucky are they that they've got all these vaccines ready to go, Caz?
I know, it's incredible. But already the memes have started.
They've got our back, mate. They just look after us so well.
But already the memes have started, okay? This is doctors during the bird flu in a pandemic.
Let's go. It's not funny. They're killing people.
People, I know, but people, sometimes humor is the best way of actually dealing with these things because it's just too crazy. And there's another one.
Bird flu, what a load of crap, bird flu. That'd be like trying to prove COVID SARS-2 actually exists, which they can't do, and, you know, have proved, you
So the memes are already out. So, you know, look, they're just throwing everything at us, and they're just trying to find out what's going to stick. And you know, we just have to basically wade through it. But on those issues, well, that's it. You know, now you've got Dan Scavino. He's actually tweeted out this, and here it says that COVID was just a common flu rebranded. There was never a novel SARS-CoV virus. Now, if you look down the bottom there, and it's under our banner, and I don't know that I can lift that, but it actually says that, you know, there were 32 million COVID cases and 0.0015 million, 15 million, you know, flu cases. So it just disappeared. So it's just crazy, you know. You've also got this situation now where the livestock vaccine manufactured in New South Wales for the first time. It's an mRNA one. Yeah. It's an mRNA one. And we have to actually stop this. We have to actually serve these people.
I'll tell you what else we got to stop, guys. Wait till I get my computer up here, Caz. I'll just come in for a minute. I won't share a screen because, you know, I'm just not that good. But the 23rd of April, guys, because I've just been, you know, I'm stalking Ryan Park in a way, right through everything he's up to, because he is our health minister, and I'm like accessing the health department at the moment, and it's very scary. People across New South Wales being urged to protect themselves against a serious illness by booking in for their influenza vaccine ahead of the 2024 flu season. Now, there is no COVID, guys, because they can't sell a COVID shot. They can't give one away. They can't offer a fucking hamburger anymore. They can't do anything. So what have we done now? We've gone back to influenza. And you can pick up the same kill shot, right, for influenza as what you could have got for COVID. So, again, these people are looking after you so well. They don't care whether it's COVID or influenza. They'll kill you anyway. There you go.
Oh. Nicola Charles, the White Rabbit, whose handle is the White Rabbit, she's picked up on this, which is really interesting. So, based on this photo, I'm assuming that Rishi Sunak was never the Prime Minister of the UK. And he picks up the fact that there's no coat of arms there. So, that's very interesting. So,
well, we've heard all this stuff going on in the background, Caz. You know, we were talking about it pre-show last week, I think last Friday or Thursday night. You know, we were talking about the this what's going on over there in England. Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's much going on at all, actually, guys, except a bit of a movie show, from what I can see. Because, yeah, things are just not right. You know what I mean? And things are being pulled down. And, yeah, this is getting really exciting, guys.
Things are not right. It's like there's such a dualism happening. Here's one of these things, okay? Like, look at this. After legalising raw milk, legislators fall ill from drinking raw milk. Now, this is, if you look up here, it's actually an anonymous tip claims raw milk caused illness in capital. Does anybody actually believe this?
One anonymous tip.
Anonymous tip. Like, guys, I'm from a farm. I've drunk it all. I'm drinking it now. I've drunk it all my life.
Caz, don't do that. Don't. We got a show tomorrow night. What are you doing?
It's just, I just can't believe that people actually fall for this rubbish. You know, it's like,
Caz,
like, sure, if you left it out in the sun for 5 days, I'm sure it'd make you sick. Actually, it doesn't. It just turns into yogurt. But anyway.
There's very bad influenza out there, Caz, and you need to, like, you know, don't have what we've got on the stove brewing now. That, what's that called? That hydroxy, yeah, whatever that stuff is, you know. Don't go. No. You can go to a chemist and actually, you know.
Well, as I'm saying, there's lots of strange things happening, and this is really
a good
strange.
idea. Guru, do the show outside Ryan Park's office. That'll get his. It's not a bad idea, actually.
Except he's not there at 7 o'clock at night.
But it doesn't matter. We've still got his office in the background, and it'll be on the highway, guys. We might be able to do a live feed or something. We'll think about it. All right. Sorry, guys.
All right. Now, this is another strange thing. Now, this is the Tatler, and it says inside the Westminster wedding. This is apparently the Princess of Wales. Now, Kate Middleton has not been seen publicly for since Christmas 23, okay? We haven't gone too much into it, but look at that photo. Now, that looks to me, that does not look like Kate.
No.
This is... whoever that is looks more like this person. This is Rose Hanbury. Rose Hanbury is allegedly William's person that he's having an affair with. But I find that extremely strange. Like, why does Kate not look like Kate, and Kate looks more like Rose?
Well, I got to tell you, I don't really know. But I know there's something real shifty going on out there.
I know. There is something very strange going on.
Yeah, why did Kate wear that red dress like out of that baby picture? You know, remember that? Did you see that?
Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, Rosemary's Baby.
Like what? You know, these sick like idiot. You know, and like Anyway, we see it. They don't. But anyway, we're going to educate them. That's what this show's about. That's you guys are keeping up with the news and us educating these people out there that need to wake up to what's actually going on out there, and it's not nice.
This woman here appeared at Cannes Film Festival on the weekend, and her name is Marcel Tavares. And if anybody knows anything about the film industry, they hate anything to do with Jesus. And she really had to fight the red carpet to get these people to. She had the face of Jesus printed on the back of her cape. And check this out. Look at them. Blocking the view. Trying to stop the face from falling out.
I want to stream. It is, isn't it?
All right, now George Webb, he gets a lot of really good intel, and he has actually come out this weekend, and he has basically said that the fix is in as far as the Trump trial goes.
George Webb, we told you the fix was in. We told you the fix was in. We said the Office of Net Assessment had met. We said, as unfair as it is, the decisions are made about Trump, the fix is in. Joe Biden is scheduling a live cut-in as soon as the verdict is announced next week of the Trump verdict. This wouldn't be happening if Trump was going to be innocent. Joe Biden wouldn't be doing a live cut-in from the White House on the Trump verdict if he was going to be innocent. Just wouldn't happen. It's not going to happen. The fix is in. Office of Net Assessment has made the decision already last week. As soon as Comey reared his head, we said we knew the fix was in. I know this isn't pleasant. Flynn's going to be the immediate sub replacement, and it just is what it is. Sorry, it just is what it is.
What do you make of it,
It's a lot of good intel.
Yeah.
Interesting. And in the meantime, of course, the car market, as well as everything else around the place, is basically crashing.
Yep.
Gentlemen, the car market has officially crashed. Tens of millions of Americans and Canadians alike are giving back their keys and their car note back to the dealers. There are huge reputable dealerships that are closing down because it is costing them more money to keep the dealership open than close, y'all. This shit is literally over. Check it out.
My truck is $85,000. This truck is $90,000. And I'm a used car dealer, and here at these car auctions, we're seeing auto loan delinquencies and repossessions spike.
Hey, so guys, John here. Tens of millions of Americans are opting out of car ownership, giving the keys back to the lender. They can no longer afford these payments.
Americans now falling behind on their car payments.
The average monthly payment for a new vehicle right now is $750.
Oh, no. $47,000 for this little unit.
Where are they going to put them? Where? There's nowhere. No empty spaces. It is full to the brim.
And look, $85,000, that's getting out of hand.
And the consumer right now, with everything costing so much, they are not able to keep up with their payments. So what happens? They lose their cars.
These are the places that you're not going to hear about on the mainstream media, but are just completely going out of business. And by default, those people lose their jobs.
And if you're wanting to buy one of these big SUVs or nice trucks right now, it's not going to be anywhere close to $750 a month. You're going to have to pay way more than that.
$118,000, folks, 118 grand. Wow, no words. Clearly the market is broken.
This truck right here is $96,000. So check this out. This is a full row of $80,000 and $90,000 F-150s.
That is getting out of hand.
There are so many auto loan delinquencies in the system right now that there are not enough tow truck drivers to service all of these lending institutions to get their cars back. And
holy crap.
Yeah, it's failing. It is failing, man. All right, them cars, like if you watch that, that'll go on the website, guys. Watch the rest of that clip. You'll see how much these prices were on these cars. No one can afford these cars, man. $95,000. You know what I mean? For a top, you know, look, they're pretty nice, but I mean, no, a Maverick or something. 95 grand, guys. Who can pay that for a ute? Like, it's just they're breaking it down really well, guys. It's time for us to react. Okay. All right, it is really time for us to react because this stuff is coming here, all right, via the United States, Canada. You know what they do, okay?
That's it. Look, Jens Stoltenberg, he's the head of NATO. He has basically made this statement, and, you know, they are trying to kick off a war.
Time has come for allies to consider whether they should lift some of the restrictions they have put on the use of weapons they have donated to Ukraine, because especially now when a lot of the fighting is going on in Kharkiv, close to the border, to deny Ukraine the possibility of using these weapons against legitimate military targets on Russian territory makes it very hard for them to defend themselves.
So to be clear, you're asking the US to lift the restrictions on the use of American weapons over Russian territory?
I believe the time has come for allies to consider whether they should lift some of the restrictions they have imposed on weapons donated to Ukraine. Because we need to remember what this is. This is...
Well, yeah, and now, also they've been calls. Rishi Sunak is one of them, but there's been, you know, they want conscription basically, and I think there was even an article in the Australian paper this weekend calling for subscription, which is just basically no, Australians do not engage in foreign frickin' wars. You guys
funnily
have.
Enough, Cazz, the conversation was on Spaces yesterday because it was Memorial Day in America today, all right, yesterday. And
that's right.
Yeah, so there was a lot of talk about the conscription, like debate, you know what I mean? And people are pissed, mate. They are pissed.
We've got this, just very quickly, what they're doing is they're rubbing sand into that. Now, there's 9,300 and something people that, of these crosses, they rub sand into it and then they wipe it off. And it makes it glow with the marble on it. So, yeah, and I just thought that was really interesting. So they do that just before Memorial Day. They do that to them. Just under 10,000 of them. The only other thing that I really wanted to share is the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. It's kind of blown my mind, and it's just incredible. This translation. Listen to this.
To read you the original Lord's Prayer from the Bible, which is insane to read because this is the direct Aramaic translation that they didn't tell us. And it's beautiful. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our bodies and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of our present moment. For you are the ground, the truthful mission, the birth, the power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole again. And so it is.
Well, I didn't ever know that, but geez, I tell you what, them words mean something. Yeah.
Aren't they awesome? Yeah, aren't they awesome? All right, Dave, wrap up, and we've got a really awesome outro for this evening.
Are we there already?
Wow. Where's that go?
Wow. Far out.
Oh, we're at 38:43, but I thought you might want to have a bit of a rant on the way out.
Oh, look, guys, the rant is your country is a friggin' mess. Okay? Your country is a mess. All right? So I suggest you get out in your communities and do what we've been saying. And I know yous are, some of yous are, right? But we need to get these shows shared far and wide. We need to get our website out there. I'm handing out these things, guys. Look, here they are in my pocket. I leave them in the lift. All right? I leave them in the lifts. I put them everywhere. I put them on the table where the gloves and the hand sanitizer are. They go missing. They throw them away, but it doesn't matter. I put more back there. Okay? But it's up to us, guys, to get out, right, and wake them up. All right? It's your job, guys, your life, your grandchildren's future. All right? So I suggest that we all really kick in, guys. Really kick in. All right? Utilize the website. Utilize Did You Know? Did you know?
It's on our website.
Anyway, it's on our website. All right, and just get into it. So, look, thanks to everyone who participated in weekend activities, etc. It's another week, guys. There's going to be more bombs going off. We need pressure on these people. Ryan Park, the health minister, okay, this guy really needs to pick his game up. 60 million to help diversify kids, you know what I mean, to whatever they want to do. And we've got, a staffing of 1 on 5 dementia patients up in Wollongong Hospital and every other hospital. They're all sick because they've all had the vaccine, guys. These nurses are, some of them must have got placebos, but I tell you what, there's a lot of them that didn't, and they're crook. All right, you're seeing it in your communities now. Everyone's seeing it real close to them now. All right, so the job's ours, guys. All right, like we said in the space the other night, what's your holy grail? If you didn't hear the space, go and listen to it on Saturday night. But, yeah, what's your holy grail, guys? What are you fighting for? Because you want to get fighting. These guys are coming at you really, really hard. All right, and the background's not our interest. All right, the foreground is our communities. All all right, and our people around us. All right, good night, guys. Thank you very much. Bye.
Good night, guys.
Living in our fence. So I made him a house. But he hated it. And then 1 week later, but TikTok was like, he needs easier access. A patio that fills with water. We have really good ideas. So we started on V2, busted out these walls, added a patio, increased rivet amplification, and introduced additional arm comfort. Also, the people named him Frodrick. Frodrick. So we printed it, ripped off this garbage, and installed V2. And now it was perfect. Pool! He needs a pool! Seriously, you guys? That's an even better idea! So we made a pool with plants and this infinity edge waterfall. And Frodrick liked it. He even had a friend over. So now it was perfect. Without knowing the possum's intentions, we built Frodrick an emergency cave. Then Frod, he's called Frod now, Frod, had a pool party. All the Frods were there. But then, use the escape cave, Frods. Use the cave. Wait. Oh, he's just thirsty for some frog tea. So Possum turned out to be friend, and the people named him King Julian. King Julian. Now the house was perfect. He needs a bug light. Then we started on the bug attractor. After lots of designs, we ended up with this spaceship. And also added this pond. And then this happened. Awkward. Then we had eggs. And then tadpoles. So we added a tadpole ramp. And then there were baby frogs everywhere. All frogs are now called Frods now. Frods. Then it turned out there was also a pregnant female possum. We named her Queen Julia. She had the baby. We named him Mort. Now there's a live stream where Mort and QJ have dinner each night with their hands. And then we made Frod House V3. And that's it. That's how Frod went from this to this.